after an average week 1. My turnaround started week 2. I'll let you know how I did and what I expect in week 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this Week 3 Pick'em edition of Billievers Talk, where we go through every single Week 3 matchup, but giving you my winners both straight up and against the spread. Again, thank you for joining me on Billievers Talk. My name is Joe. If you're new to this channel, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo sports news, including, of course, our Buffalo Bills, and that includes giving you live play-by-play and reaction to every single Buffalo Bills game this season. So hit that subscribe button. After you hit that subscribe button, you want to hit that notification bell. YouTube notifies you when we are putting out new content. Like this video and leave a comment. Let me know who you have winning some of these games. Let me know if you agree with my picks or if you think they're going to go a little bit differently, okay? And so we're going to start with Thursday. Before we do that, of course, we need to remind you how we're doing so far this season. And as I said in the intro, week 1, average week at best. Week 2, made up for it pretty good against the spread, 12-4, straight up 11-5, bringing my overall record for both straight up and against the spread after 2 weeks to 20-12. So let's continue, ride that momentum and continue to get better as the season goes on. So like I said, we're going to start with Thursday night football, and just like last Thursday we had the Battle of Ohio, we have another interstate battle, as you have the Battle of Florida. Tampa Bay's not in it, but you have the Miami Dolphins going to Jacksonville, playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Minshew Mania is going to be running wild on Thursday night, and hey, Jacksonville, one of the few stadiums allowing fans, so there's going to be fans again on Thursday night football. The Miami Dolphins coming in after that tough loss to our Buffalo Bills. The Jaguars coming in at 1-1 after an impressive win in week 1, a shocking win in week 1. Unfortunately, could not duplicate that in week 2 last week, but they are 1-1 on the young season. Listen, I like Brian Flores. I don't know what it is about this Miami Dolphins team. I think they have something left in the tank to prove. I think last week is just going to light fuel fuel to the fire, so to speak, and this team's going to come out swinging. And again, normally in Thursday night games, I like taking the home team, but when you talk about interstate game, there's not too much traveling going on, so I'm not too worried about the Miami Dolphins having too much traveling going on. So give me the Miami Dolphins to win this game, which means give me the Miami Dolphins to beat a 3-point spread. The Jaguars are favored in this game, but I really like Miami, especially that offense. That offense seemed to click last week against the Bills. Obviously, there's some problems on defense, but the Jacksonville Jaguars don't exactly have the same firepower as the Buffalo Bills do when it comes to offensive weapons. So this Thursday, give me the Dolphins to win the game. Give me the Dolphins to cover a 3-point spread, or beat a 3-point spread. Moving on to Sunday, you have the Atlanta Falcons going up against the Chicago Bears. Atlanta coming off a depressing, demoralizing loss to the Dallas Cowboys, where they were up 15 points or 14 points with less than 6 minutes to go to lose that game 40-39. Listen, if Dan Quinn is not solely on the hot seat right now, I don't know what it's going to take to get him there. I thought they should really question if Dan Quinn should stay the head coach going into this season. Now he's here, and they start off 0-2. And not only do they start off 0-2, they give up a huge lead in the fourth quarter. The players don't know how to fall on an onside kick, and the Dallas Cowboys win that game. So Atlanta 3.5-point favorites against the 2-0 Bears. Now listen, the Bears' schedule has been favorable early on. Last week beating the Giants without Saquon Barkley for most of that game due to the torn ACL. But still, they are a 2-0 team, and even though they're traveling to Atlanta, you do have to think that that momentum's building. Dan Quinn knows his job's on the line, right? Knows that he's on the hot seat. So I feel like Atlanta has a lot to play for in this game. So give me the Atlanta Falcons to win this game, and give me the Atlanta Falcons to cover a 3.5-point spread. Then you go to Cleveland, where the Cleveland Browns are at home to play the Washington football team. Washington had an impressive come-from-behind victory against the Eagles in week 1. Could not duplicate that success in week 2. The Browns had a great success in week 2 against the Cincinnati Bengals, and then they have 10 days rest. I think that 10 days of rest is why I'm going to give this one to the Cleveland Browns. However, they are 7 point favorites. And as I said going into last Thursday's game, I don't trust the Browns to cover that big of a spread. So give me the Browns to win the game, but give me the Washington football team to go ahead and cover that 7-point spread. Then you go on to Minnesota, where Minnesota's 3-point underdogs against the Tennessee Titans. Again, I tend to like to go for home teams when they have everything to play for. Right now, the Vikings 0-2 on this season. They need to show that they have something to prove. Kirk Cousins needs to show that he has something to prove yet, because he did not look good last week against the Colts. I know that the Tennessee Titans are 2-0. I know the Tennessee Titans are looking to move up in the AFC standings and continue to fight for the AFC East crown. But again, going to the NFC, playing the Minnesota Vikings, who have a lot to play for. Give me the Vikings to win this game. Give me the Vikings to beat a 3-point spread. Moving on to New England, where the New England Patriots are home to play the Las Vegas, I should say, Raiders, right? The Raiders are 2-0 after an impressive Monday night victory over the Saints. The Patriots 1-1 after a disappointing loss to the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. But we have learned a lot about this Patriots team. This Patriots team can play, and they can play well. And you talk about Bill Belichick being the mastermind behind the evil empire. Well, he's proving that they still have a shot to not only contend for a playoff spot, contend for the AFC East crown. Buffalo can't take a break thinking that they have the AFC East wrapped up just yet. I know they're 2-0 against the division, and we'd like to think that, but the New England Patriots are a good team. They are 6-point favorites against the Raiders. Give me the Patriots to win this game. Give me the Raiders riding that high, riding that momentum to cover a 6-point spread. Then you have the 49ers going up against the New Jersey Giants. The 49ers spending their second straight week in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Means a lot of travel for the San Francisco 49ers, because due to the new rules of the NFL, due to the pandemic, you cannot stay on one coast for multiple weeks. So the San Francisco 49ers would have had to travel back to the West Coast and then travel back out east to play the New York Giants. So it's going to be a lot of travel for the 49ers. Both these teams are hurting. You talk about Saquon Barkley, his torn ACL. You talk about the San Francisco 49ers and really where to start. Jimmy G, Joey Bosa, a bunch of players out for the 49ers. But I like the 49ers in this matchup. I like the way this 49ers team can manage the clock, get some points on the board, make Daniel Jones beat you, and he hasn't proven he can do that yet. Give me the 49ers to win this game. Give me the 49ers to cover a 4-point spread. Then you have the Bengals at Eagles. Eagles 6-point favorites going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals coming off back-to-back depressing losses. Talk about their loss week 1 to the LA Chargers, missing a last-second field goal to potentially put that game into overtime. And then last Thursday, losing against the Cleveland Browns. Again, a close game, losing by 4 points there. Now you go up against the Eagles. You had 10 days of rest. What can Joe Burrow do? We saw Joe Burrow pass it over 60 times last Thursday. Can he get some success? Can he throw for over 300 yards again? Or will this Eagles team finally show up for a full game and put it together? You saw the Eagles lose back-to-back weeks. The Eagles fans are not going to continue to take this losing. Eagles want them to start winning, want Carson Wentz to show the potential that we saw in him early on. Again, give me the team that has more to lose. Give me the Eagles to win this game at home. However, it's a 6-point spread. I don't like the Eagles covering that number. I think the Eagles are not that good of a team. The Bengals are an up-and-coming team. Give me the Bengals to cover a 6-point spread, but give me the Philadelphia Eagles to get the first win of the NFL season. Then you have the 0-2 Texans going into Pittsburgh, playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. You want to talk about a tough start of a schedule for a team. Houston, first 3 weeks of the season, you have the Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, and now the Pittsburgh Steelers. What a gauntlet you have to try to run with Bill O'Brien there, letting people go that would really have helped this team. DeAndre Hopkins, in particular, going to the Cardinals during the offseason. Steelers are 4-point favorites in this one. Guys, I know that everything is saying go for the Steelers in this one, but I don't know if Deshaun Watson will let this team start 0-3. I like the Texans. I don't know why, but give me the Texans to win this game. Give me the Texans to beat a 4-point spread, beating the Steelers in Pittsburgh straight up. I don't know. I don't know what has me thinking that way, but I'm definitely thinking leaning Texans in this game. Then you go on to our game, right? The game that I will be giving you right here on Billievers Talk Live, play-by-play and reaction. The Bills are at home playing against the LA Rams. And listen, I said this about the 49ers. I'm going to say this about the Rams as well. With the new rules regarding the pandemic, the NFL will not allow a team to stay in not at their home city, basically. So they will not let a team who's traveling from west to east stay out east for 2 weeks. They have to travel back home, then travel back out east, which means the Rams have to go back to LA because they just played in Philadelphia, go back to LA, and then come to Buffalo. So a lot of traveling in 1 week. If this game was going to be played in LA, I might give this one to LA. The Bills are 2.5-point favorites. You know, Vegas gives 3 points to the home team, so technically this means that Vegas thinks the Rams might win, but at the same time, really close, right? Really close. Give me the Bills to win this game. Give me the Bills to cover a 2.5-point spread. Again, if this game was in LA, might be a different story, but you talk about that extra travel, talk about extra wear and tear on the body. I think that you give the Bills the edge there. Give me the Bills to win this game by maybe about 4 to 7 points as we continue to talk about that game. My pregame coming up this Thursday. So again, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Moving to the 4 o'clock games, you have the Jets versus the Colts. The Colts are 10-point favorites after a really impressive win against the Minnesota Vikings last week. I like the Colts in this game at home, but give me the Jets to cover a 10-point spread. 10 points is a lot in the NFL, so give me the Jets to cover that spread, but give me the Colts to win the game. Moving on to LA, where you have the LA Chargers going up against Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are 7-point underdogs against the Chargers. I like the Chargers. I'm not sure who the quarterback is going to be at home. Give me the Chargers to win this game. But again, you don't even know if it's going to be Tyrod Taylor, if it's going to be Justin Herbert. A lot of indecision right now for the Chargers in this game. Give me the Panthers to cover the spread, but give me the Chargers to win this game. Then you go on to Arizona, where the Cardinals are 6-point favorites against the Detroit Lions. Detroit just can't seem to put it together. Had a big lead against the Bears week 1, gave that up. Had a lead against the Packers, and then ended up getting blown out by the Packers in week 2. They just seem to not be able to put things together. Give me the Cardinals to win this game at home. 6-point favorites. I like the Lions to cover that spread. I like the Lions to be able to put up some points and cover a 6-point spread, but give me the Cardinals to win that game. Moving on to Tampa Bay, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play, and they're actually on the road against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are 6.5-point underdogs in this game. I think Tom Brady is finally beginning to get it together. Week 2, they had an impressive week. I expect the same thing here in week 3. Give me the Buccaneers, give me Tom Brady to win this game, but give me the Denver Broncos to not cover a 6.5-point spread. Give me the Buccaneers to win. Give me the Buccaneers to cover a 6.5-point spread. Moving on to the Cowboys at Seahawks. Cowboys coming off a big win against Atlanta, where they put up 15 points in the last 5 minutes of that game. The Seahawks coming off a big win against New England, going to 2-0 on the young season. I like Seattle in this game. Dallas has not looked impressive. They have not shown me a lot other than that quick surge they had in the fourth quarter against the Falcons. The Seahawks team is a much better team than the Falcons. Give me the Seahawks to win this game. Now, 5 points to me. I think Dallas can keep this game close. I think Dallas has enough talent on that team to keep it close. Maybe a heartbreaking loss at the end. Give me the Cowboys to cover a 5-point spread, but give me the Seahawks to win this game. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, we have the 2-0 Green Bay Packers going up against the 1-1 New Orleans Saints. The Saints losing a game on Monday night to the Las Vegas Raiders. Vegas' first game in Las Vegas, and the Saints lose that one. The Packers 2-0, looking really good against Detroit last week. Aaron Rodgers showing why they should not pick the quarterback in the first round of the draft this year. Maybe got him a little bit more help, and this team could be even better. But give me the Packers to win this game. Even though the Saints are favored, give me the Packers to win this game. Give me the Packers to beat a 3-point spread. They move on to Monday Night Football, and ooh, it's a doozy. It's a doozy on Monday night as the Chiefs go into Baltimore and play the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens 3.5-point favorites in this one. I think the Super Bowl champions might be a little insulted that they are not favored in this game. I like the Chiefs in this one. The Chiefs coming off a lackluster offensive performance against the Chargers. They get away with the win, but you better believe they're going to want to show off on Monday on national television, show the world what they're made of. Now remember, during halftime on Monday Night Football, I'm going to give you my post game of the Bills-Rams game, but during this game, I expect the Chiefs offense to light it up a little bit more. They won't what we just saw this past week. I expect this Chiefs defense to give Lamar Jackson a little bit of a rough time back there and make it harder on him. Give me the Chiefs to win this game. That means give me the Chiefs to cover and beat a 3.5 point spread. So let me go through those with you real quick, as I did change one on the fly here as I was doing the video. But let me give you those straight up and against the spread picks right now so you guys can keep track with me. Again, straight up I have the Dolphins, Falcons, Browns, Vikings, Patriots, 49ers, Eagles, Texans, Bills, Colts, Chargers, Cardinals, Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, and Chiefs. Against the spread I have the Dolphins, Falcons, football team, Vikings, Raiders, 49ers, Bengals, Texans, Bills, Jets, Panthers, Lions, Bucks, Cowboys, Packers, and Chiefs. If you're going to ask me who my survival pool pick of the week is, if you're in a survivor pool or elimination pool, I would definitely go with the, if you didn't pick the 49ers last week, that might be a good bet, but with all those injuries, you just can't be sure. I like the, I don't know. I really don't know here. This is a tough one. Put me on the spot. Give me the Colts over the Jets. I think you can use the Jets a lot if you're in an elimination pool to guarantee you that victory. It's going to be really tough for the Jets to get a lot of wins this season as long as Adam Gase is their head coach. But again, guys, those are my picks. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Which ones do you agree with? Which ones do you disagree with? I look forward to seeing you all Thursday during halftime of Thursday Night Football when I give you my pregame of the Bills versus Rams as we look forward to that game. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.